I'm Kate, and today I'm watching Breaking Bad Season 2, Episode 6. So in the last episode, we see Walter and Jesse start to cook again, start to get back on track. And Walter says, all right, I cook, you sell at night, just sell as much as you can. We go back the old way. I don't want to deal with anybody like Tuco. And Jesse says, well, what if I become Tuco? What if I take that position? I have friends that can help me sell. I'm totally capable of doing this. Now, my original prediction was that Walter was going to be the one that had this idea and wanted to take on this role, but he seemed pretty opposed to it. And at first I was like, yeah, I understand, Walter's saying he doesn't want more people involved, because then I'm thinking like, oh, maybe more people involved is just more dangerous and more opportunities for it to get tied back to Walter. But then I was like, no, because Walter, he just says he wants to cook, so none of these guys ever have to meet him. And it's still just Jesse knowing who Heisenberg, is. And then I thought back to the episode where he's talking to the therapist at the hospital, and Walter's talking about how he has seen his colleagues all surpass him and all move on to these great careers, and he's very bitter about that. And, I think that's what's going on here, is that he's always viewed Jesse as below him, as a junkie, even though, he needs him to sell. Since Walter doesn't want to do that, Walter doesn't want to do the dirty work, he still feels like Jesse is below him and he can bully him and push him around. And if Jesse takes on this position of distributor, in Walt's head, I think he sees that as a big jump up for Jesse, and now he's below Jesse in his own eyes. We see Walter continue to struggle with his relationship with his son, and who I don't think we saw Walt Jr. at all last episode, or very briefly we saw him, but he continues to struggle with his relationship with Skylar. Skylar is being cordial. She's still helping him with a lot of the medical stuff, but she's not there for him at the oncologist appointment, and she's really just more distant. She's doing things like eating food with preservatives in it, or eating food that she had said that they shouldn't eat anymore, and Walter is beginning to point this out. But Skylar, I think, really angered him because of her blasé attitude, because she's not believing his lies. And so in order for him to feel like he's regaining control, he puts her down. He starts accusing her of things, and she owns up to it and says, okay, yeah, I had 3 cigarettes. Okay, that's it. There's the truth. And Walter just gets angry because he's not getting the reaction that he wants, and he still feels like he's losing control. And when he loses control, he tends to get violent. So after that interaction with Skylar, he ends up going to Jesse's, and he hands Jesse back his gun and says, I want you to take care of business concerning losing $1,000 to some addicts. Now, Jesse's the one that has the experience of selling. He's the one that knows the streets better, and he told Walt, I trust my guys. This $1,000 thing that happened, like, it happens. It is the cost of doing business. And Walter, who was like, I don't want to deal with Tuco was crazy, like, he was too violent, I don't want to deal with that again. He's now asking Jesse to kind of be that way, to be that violent. He's telling him to go and get revenge so nobody knows to mess with them. And it's just like, if you didn't want to deal with a Tuco, if you didn't like that, why are you asking Jesse to become that? And I think it's, again, Walter seeing Jesse be successful in this new role and feeling as though he's losing control and wanting to be the one in charge ultimately. We also saw in the previous episode Hank still dealing with the trauma and the PTSD of the shootout with Tuco. He now has a promotion that's going to see him splitting his time between Texas and New Mexico, and you could just see the hesitation, you could hear it. He calls out sick his first day after getting the promotion, and he's bottling up his emotions by bottling and brewing his own beer. And We see the bottles eventually explode in the garage, and I think that's what we're going to see possibly with Hank. When you keep those emotions bottled up, eventually things are just going to explode like the bottles did. Now, I've been getting like really hard on Walter and calling him the bad guy and everything, and I still think he's on this villain arc, but I also go back to what I said about how we judge ourselves based on our intentions, but we judge others based on their actions. And I feel like Walter is a mirror, and he's a fake made up character on a TV show, and none of us are in the same position that he is, but I think a lot of the times his human emotions are so relatable, and that's why I can get like angry towards him, because I can relate to the feeling that other people are doing better than you, or feeling like you're losing control. And so when you see him act on his emotions and kind of choose the wrong action, you can get angry at him. At least that's me personally. And I love that in all of these characters I can relate to people so much different than myself. Then the last thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the episode was I'm just like really intrigued, and I like the character of Marie. Marie might be a klepto, however, she's going to therapy. And in the previous episode, she explained she's still going to therapy. And with Hank, she pushes him, but she's also asking him, what are you doing home? She senses that something's up, and she's trying to get it out of him. And then Skylar, again, had to ask for the apology, but Marie did it. She gave the apology. So she's just an interesting character. I do like her. And again, I love that we can sympathize and see and relate to these characters who are, fake, but they make them feel really real with these emotions and these actions. So that's it. Let's get into the episode. Is that Jesse? Let it go. I think bugs are cool. I don't like to kill them.
What up?
Skinny Pete.
Damn, bitch.
Oh. See, that shows a lot about Jesse. He was just gonna let that live.
Yeah, found them.
And he's looking down at it. You could tell he feels bad.
Jesus, how the hell do you spell street wrong? S-T-R-E-A-T? They got names?
Oh, no. She's just his woman is all. Him, they call Spooge.
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 Is he gonna do it?
He couldn't even kill a bug.
Yeah. Good, right on. These two, they need to get got.
We probably shouldn't have smoked before this. I love there's so many scenes of like looking through glass or looking at the characters through holes.
Where's my money?
We're getting in character.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have a great day.
Right on, you too.
Completely unbothered. I'm sure she's seen some things on this route. I don't know, is there anybody even here?
Yo! Anybody home?
Oh god. It seems like this kid's probably just used to people coming in and out of here.
Yo, is anybody else home?
Maybe just call CPS and let them handle this.
What's your name? My name's, Diesel. Yo, don't you want to watch something other than this? Like, I don't know, Mr. Rogers? So when your folks coming home?
I'm hungry.
Hey there, you three. Just wanted to wish Walt a good first day back. Good luck. Skylar, give me a call when you get a chance.
So Walter's heading back.
Hi, Walt and Skylar. This is Gretchen Schwartz calling to say hello. I'm down from Santa Fe today, and I was just thinking about you both. Call me if you can, whenever's convenient. Hello?
Oh, hi. Gretchen, this is Skylar White.
I think Skylar's about to find out Walt hasn't been getting money from
It's
them.
so good to hear from you. How is everybody?
Walt is actually at work today. It's his first day back at work. Gretchen, I I'm so
Uh-oh.
very, very long overdue in telling you this. But I have picked up the phone about 100 times. I just can't begin to thank you and Elliot for what you've done. The money for Walt's treatment, it's saved us. So I just
Uh-oh.
finally wanted to say thank you.
Is Gretchen gonna lie, or is she gonna tell the truth?
I hope we get to see you soon. Truly, anytime you're in town, anytime at all.
How about this afternoon?
Yeah, okay.
But when you start to feel overwhelmed, and you will, just keep in mind that one element, carbon. Carbon is at the center of it all. Carmen is carbon. Sorry, assistant principal Carmen.
Seems happy to be teaching again, though.
Man who invented the diamond. Dr. Hall invented the first reproducible process for making synthetic diamonds. Now, at the time, Dr. Hall worked for General Electric, and he made them a fortune. I mean, incalculable. You want to know how GE rewarded Dr. Hall? A $10 US savings bond.
So Walter created the synthetic meth, which would be the synthetic diamond, and he feels like he's not getting thanked for what he's producing.
So nice to have you back with us, Walt.
I'm glad to be back at work.
And I just, it's good. It's great.
Is everything okay?
Please feel comfortable coming to me with any problems, any issues, anything at all. You know,
She's into him.
confidential.
Kids suck.
Let me see it.
He goes to kill two drug addicts, and he ends up feeding a kid. Jesse, just take the kid and go. Drop him off at a police station or something.
Hey, peekaboo. Peekaboo. Oh, man. You stay right here, all right? Okay. I mean it.
Honestly, killing these two would probably save that kid's life.
Shut up.
Come on, Jesse. We rehearsed.
You know who might have done it?
I have an idea.
You ID them, and then together, you and I put a bag over their heads and bury them up to their necks in a huge mound of fire ants. You with me?
See, like, Walt,
Scorpions?
he's like only half kidding, I feel like. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
He is panicking inside.
Look who's here.
Whoa! Gretchen! Oh, it's nice to see you.
Schwartz, thank you so much for what you've done for my dad.
You're very welcome. But I really need to get going.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, what am I thinking? I should walk her to her car.
He's investigating to see what she told Skylar. Gretchen's not happy.
What did you... We need to talk. Can you not do or say anything to anyone until then? Please. Please.
It sucks asking other people to lie or help you hold up a lie, so I'm sure she's not happy because she doesn't know what she's covering for.
Yo, all right? I want my money and my dope. Come on!
The problem is this has gone on too long, and you can't
Empty your pockets. Turn them out.
you can't compromise or communicate with people like this.
Turn around. Turn out your back pockets. Come on.
Like, mentally, they're probably in the same place as that kid.
Both of you, pull it out of your butts right now, or I go grab a flashlight and some pliers and go exploring.
We don't need
On
the
table.
sound effects.
There's maybe an 8-ball here.
Touching it,
Where's the
touching it.
rest of my meth?
Hey! Hey, baby! Oh, come here, baby.
You two are never getting high again. I will make it my life's mission.
Is it just so happens we got your money, man, plus interest.
Damn right, plus interest. Where? Don't move.
She's gonna do something.
How am I supposed to do with this?
Help me break it open. Take out the money, get paid, get high. It's a victimless crime. All we did, we just walked in all smooth like. Nobody even noticed.
Nobody noticed. For real.
I'm telling you, victimless crime.
Like I said, Jesse deep down is a good person. He couldn't even kill a bug. He's not cut out for this.
You know what the hell you're doing, do you? I thought you told me you boosted like 6 of these.
Yeah, boosted.
Don't listen to that skink.
Oh, stop calling me that!
Honestly, Jesse, just put them out of their misery and save that kid. Don't turn your back on them.
Where's the kid?
What are you asking me for?
Oh my God.
Jesse, don't turn your back on him.
Yeah, I got you now, bitch. I got you now.
How about you feed the kid a decent meal every now and then, huh? Give him a bath. Put some baby powder on him.
Give me one hit and I'll be any kind of mother that you want.
Get out of the way!
So you didn't tell anyone? You didn't tell Elliot?
Not yet. That's a determination I have yet to make.
Some couples communicate effectively and honestly, Walt.
Very much regret involving you in this. This was unfortunate.
So where is he going to say he gets the money from?
And I apologize. Deeply.
Thank you. Now please tell me why you did it.
That's not really at issue here. This is not an issue that concerns you, Gretchen, okay?
You involved her, so it does concern her.
It concerns me greatly. You tell your wife and son that I am paying for your cancer treatment.
I will clear this up with them.
And while you're at it, explain it to me.
Yeah. If you're gonna say she's the one fronting you the money, yes you do. Yes you do.
An apology, and I have apologized.
You can't even come up with a lie like, oh, well actually my mom is and we don't talk to her.
Against our will, you involve us in your lie. And you sit here and tell me that that is none of my business.
Yeah. That's pretty much the size of it.
What happened to you?
What would your presumption about me be exactly? That I should go begging for your charity? Waving your checkbook around like some magic wand is going to make me forget how you and Elliot cut me out.
What?
It's my hard work, my research, and you and Elliot make millions off it.
That cannot be how you see it. You left me. Newport, 4th of July weekend, you and my father and my brothers. And I go up to our room and you're packing your bags, barely talking.
To build your little empire on my work?
How can you say that to me? You walked away, you Elliot.
Little rich girl just adding to your millions.
Walter loves to be the victim.
I feel so sorry for you, Walt.
Fuck you.
If I was Gretchen, I'm on the phone with Skylar ASAP. Oh, Jesse. This is like Crazy 8 in the basement all over again. When is this gonna end? How is this gonna wrap up? Please just take the child and leave.
You hungry?
You're letting your guard down too much. I think Jesse also sees with these people how good he had it with his parents. And it's funny how he's telling them, watch her, watch her, watch her, watch her. He didn't want to do violence in front of the child, but they have no problem doing violence in front of him themselves.
Spooch, I got him.
And again, Jesse gets his ass kicked and is in mortal danger because he is fulfilling Walt's wishes. I really hope Gretchen called Skylar.
Oh, hey.
Should I ask where you've been? Gretchen called about an hour ago.
Maybe she just thinks that Walter's been working multiple jobs to pay for it himself, and that's where he's been.
Just say it.
They're cutting off the money.
Gretchen's still being too nice.
What did she say exactly?
But I think she really meant it that she feels bad for Walt. Wow, even after everything you said to her, she was still protecting you.
She and I had a perfectly nice visit this afternoon, and then you come home, and all of a sudden she's in a big hurry to leave, and then the two of you are talking in the driveway. What do you know that I don't?
I drove up to Santa Fe. I was with Gretchen. Well, Gretchen and Elliot. Business phraseology being tossed around, things like cash poor and leveraged. They're broke.
You are kidding me.
Walter wishes. He's loving telling the story. He's enjoying envisioning that being true.
They're prideful people, They've already paid for most of my treatment, right?
don't think Skylar believes it.
Let me get a hit of that crystal.
Hell no, you lost your share.
Come on, baby.
Why do I feel like that this ATM's gonna come down on his head? She's thinking about it.
No, don't.
Sound effects this episode are pretty grotesque and also unrealistic. Please just take the kid and run away. Just like that, it opened up. Just needed a blood sacrifice is all.
911.
That'll do it.
Hey, you remember Peekaboo? You keep him close just like that, all right? It's a little game we're gonna play, okay? Look, just don't go back inside, all right? You have a good rest of your life, kid.
Okay. First of all, those sound effects this episode of them reaching up their butts and the thing coming down on his head, it was just, that guy's name was Spooge. Like, those were some spoogey sounds, and I did not appreciate them with my headphones in. Once again, Jesse gets himself in mortal danger by trying to fulfill Walt's wishes, but at least he was able to get some money, and he probably was able to save that kid's life, or at least hopefully get him into a better situation than what he's living in. That woman's definitely going to jail. That guy's dead, so they are taken care of, and he did get his money. It's just, it's like I always say with Walter and Jesse's plans. They have an end goal, they get to the end goal, but the whole in-between part just never really goes to plan, or it's just very fly by the seat of their pants type of thing, hoping and wishing for the best to get to that end result. So yes, Jesse did get his money, and those two are now out of the way and not a problem anymore. I also think Jesse, we see how deep down he is such a good person. Once again, he couldn't even kill a bug, whereas Skinny Pete came up and just squished it. It wasn't even bothering him. He just saw it and killed it. And you could see Jesse continuing to look down and feel sympathy and feel bad even for that bug. Did we really expect him to actually kill two human beings? Like, he was doing it the Jesse style the best way he could. So, like, yeah, Walter is right about, like, you need to be tough, you need to, you can't be messed with. And I just think at his essence, Jesse isn't that person. Whereas Walt, on the other hand, Gretchen said, like, what happened to you? And again, a part of me feels like this is who Walter is at his core. He is prideful, he is hateful, he sees himself as the victim. But once again, I can also, I understand not wanting to accept help from people who are better off than you, or being put into that position and made to feel helpless. And Gretchen, after everything that Walt, like, we got a little bit more of their background, so he and her were together, but then he took off. She said that, I wonder what happened between Walter and her father and brothers. Did they make some sort of joke that made him feel prideful? Did they say something that upset him? Did they tell him to leave? What happened? We got a little bit more insight, but once again, I'm left with more questions. And Gretchen was far too kind in not giving. I would have, if I was put in that position, I would have given Walt up. I don't like keeping secrets from people, especially because Walter could have just come up. I think he's just done coming up with lies, and he just wants people to just, this is what I say, do what I say, or I'm gonna be mean. And he was just so hateful and mean to somebody who was just been trying to help from the beginning. They offered him a job. They offered him carte blanche insurance. They offered him the money. He didn't even have to work for them. They just offered the money. And if you really don't like people that much and you felt like they wronged you that much, then how could you just not take their money? If somebody wronged me very badly and said, like, yeah, well, I'll just give you a ton of money, I would take it. So again, Gretchen was far too kind with what she did or didn't tell Skylar, but I also do not think Skylar believes Walt's story once again. I think she wants to believe it, but he's been lying to her so much and keeping so many secrets that at this point I just don't think she's fully buying that they're cash poor. And then Walter's face. He loved telling that lie. He got this weird smile on his face when he heard what Gretchen told Skylar, and he feels like it almost feels like he won, that he was mean enough and he won what happened between him and Gretchen. And even just telling that lie that they were cash poor, he was getting giddy and happy at the thought of that, even though that's not true. What's going to happen in the next episode, I'm not sure. We didn't get any Hank or Marie, so I hope we're getting Hank next episode. I also think that once again Jesse is coming too close to getting caught by the law, because his car, even though I don't think it's registered or anything to him, it was outside all day. The postal worker saw him standing outside, and rubbing away your fingerprints, I don't really think that it works that way. And also the little boy, while he was silent most of the time with Jesse, who's to say he's not going to open up with somebody else or explain that somebody set him out on the porch. We'll see. But with that, I will see you in episode 7.